It's just different.
Welcome to another episode of Jaded and Evolving. I am one of your hostess, DemChakras.
And I'm your other hostess, Natasha.
I feel like we haven't been here in a while.
Yeah.
We look different. I got braids. You got the two-tone with the hair, you feel me? Dummy. Shagging and dragging on these bitches, you feel me? We've been out, not even outside. We've been inside.
We've been inside our minds.
Doing the inner
outside
work.
of our fucking bodies.
Mm-hmm. Literally, we've been inside our minds and outside of our bodies. So we've been outside for real. It's been a thing. How you been, friend? I mean, we've talked, but for the people.
I fucking cried at work.
Mm-hmm.
And the guidance counselor walked in. She was like, "Oh,
is this a bad time?"
And I'm just like looking at her, like I'm just like, "Hi," in the middle of like tears.
It's like,
"Hi,
hey,"
literally. And she just came to get like a tissue to blow her nose, and I'm just like, I really wish people would stop coming in my office. I get that this is where the sink is,
yeah,
and this is where the paper towels are. But nigga, go to the copier room. It's a sink in there too. Like, but anyway, yes, I did a little bit of shadow work at work, and was really allowing my inner child to just
have her way,
blubber it out, bro. It was crazy, but it was much needed.
That's good. How do you feel now?
I feel good. I feel like there's much more crying to be done.
Do you feel a little lighter, maybe?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Like I had told you, I felt like I was depressed.
Yeah.
But not depressed the way that I usually had approached depression, or depression approached me.
Yeah.
It was more so of a stoic, not feeling anything, just going day to day, just dragging along.
Yeah.
Usually, in the past, when I dealt with my depression, I would cry, be all sad, moody, not getting out of bed. It was like, because I still had to deal with everyday life.
Yeah.
It was just like I'm not letting anything come to the forefront.
You kind of had like your emotions on autopilot almost, and it was like when you finally address one of those emotions, it was like, no, bitch, hold on, my turn. Y'all said I'm ready to cry. Hold on, bitch. Let me get ready. Yeah.
And like I kept feeling like I wanted to not cry. Like, I felt like my body kept stopping, and I remember like my sister telling me like she would. Is this the one?
No, it's fine. I just don't want it to touch my shirt.
I remember my sister told me like a while ago she had like stopped her emotions. Like every time she felt like she wanted to cry, it was like her emotions hit a brick wall, and she would just stop. It would like dry up so quick. Yeah. And I felt that. But as I kept talking about it, like what was going on with me and everything, it just came out. Yeah. And I was like, something in me like clicked, and it was just like, stop trying to hold all this back. Like, you're in a safe environment with the two coworkers that I had, my two friends. They're not just coworkers, they're people that I trust. Yeah. And so like my body was just like, you feel safe, you're okay. Yeah. You can let it out. And I just
look at your root chakra at work, period.
Yeah.
Wait till your heart chakra catch up with your root. Now that's when it gets good. Because that's when your safety and security starts to kick in, and then it starts to translate well in communication.
And I feel like it's coming to the forefront when it comes to me building my community. Like,
that's a huge part of your root chakra. A huge part.
As I've started to make more friends and people that truly understand the journey that I'm going on, and be understanding them. Yeah.
And you better understanding your journey too. Yes. That's a huge part of it.
Yeah. As that has been going on, I feel safer. Yeah. So I've been able to just step out of my old self. It's like I'm slowly, like, I was a caterpillar, I'm in my cocoon, and I'm slowly starting to like strip off the cocoon.
I like that. I fuck with it. I'm happy for you.
Thank you. How are you?
I've been in the house, like, really. It hasn't been you know me, I'm gonna cry all the fucking time. So that hasn't really been a huge component. I think a lot of the shadow work for me was just boundaries and time management as far as it was concerned. I don't have time to deal with a lot of the things that people were bringing to me. And it's not even like they were looking for me to fix anything, right? They just want to talk and they want space. I don't have space. And sometimes especially for me growing up as a people pleaser, you feel guilty for not making space for people. And so I've been very strategic about what I take on. So my little sister, I'm gonna always have time for my little sister, right? Because I feel like when you are older sibling, you are the second parent.
Yes.
So sometimes you have to put your shit to the side. And there were things that I needed to address as far as like my sister was concerned. So in the midst of being laid off, and I'm in my last week of school. By the time it's coming out, I will have graduated from college. Thank God.
We're gonna put her fucking Cash App, her Venmo,
All that, run it up, all of it.
Send
And if you
her-
white, send double, okay? Run it up, or at least time and a half. But it's just, I noticed like even with friends, if you needed me, it was, and I appreciate you because you gave me space to just kind of like do my thing, even though you were going through things. Unless you really needed to get that out, you were just kind of like, I'm gonna just let my friend.
Because I know how you deal with stuff, and I knew that something was going on because I hadn't really been hearing from you as much. And I was like, she's dealing with things, so let me send her a checkup text, because you are the strong friend, but I am too.
Yeah.
So it's just like both of us are dealing with things, but I'm gonna still text you because I don't want that to ever be one-sided where I'm just like, she's always checking in on me. Like, no, I need to show up for my strong friend.
When you text me about that, that was really when the reflection for like reciprocity and really appreciation kicked in, because it was like, how many of my friends have been checking on me? Community has always been a big thing for me, and I have a great support system family-wise. I feel like I have a great support system friend-wise, but priority has been like a top thing for me, and just understanding my non-negotiables spiritually, like what I can deal with as far as having community. And I realized that I'm outgrowing people, right? I'm outgrowing situations with people. And although I love my, the people around me, I love my friends, I love my family, I'm not going to meet people where they are, right? And it's not even like because it's not combative. I ain't arguing with nobody. It's not beef. It's literally like sometimes even in helping people with their problems, you have to come down from where you are. I'm not doing that no more. Either you can hear me for where I am, or you got to come up and get me. I can't do this anymore. And I have fully started to release the guilt of feeling like I have to be the strong friend. The strong friend can also say, I don't have the strength for this right now. I don't have the capacity for this.
It's boundaries.
And I think because when I did that the first time in my younger years, when I was met with so much animosity behind not having space, like, who the fuck do you think you are to not have space for me? And that wasn't what was said, but it was how I was treated that triggered me in these moments where I had to have hard conversations with people of not having time and energy, where I felt myself like a lump in my throat, wanting to cry because I felt guilt. And like literally like 30-year-old me had to kind of tap like 23-year-old me on the shoulder. We're not doing that. We're not doing it. Get over it. And talking to my fiance and him just being like, we got shit to do. Like you can't take on people's shit because you got shit that you doing. We got shit to do. So it became a mandate for me. Like I literally put myself first, and I'm learning to not feel selfish in a negative connotation. Because being selfish, people think of it being so like
negative.
When whole time it's like, bitch, if I don't, I can't even show up for you because I haven't shown up for me. And I can preach that all day long, but when you're actually living in it, it can be very difficult. And at this point now, it's like, I don't give a fuck what level of difficulty it come with. I'm going to do that shit because I'm thriving, right? I'm getting ready to graduate with honors. Like, I have shit that I'm doing. I'm getting ready to try on wedding dresses. Like, I got a life to live. And I can't do that being Ayala Banzette for everybody else without an invoice. And that's really what it boiled down to. Like, if you want my time and energy now, depending on who you are, you're going to have to pay me.
Oh, for sure.
Because I'm not ready to keep listening to your shit. Not for free. If you're not going to do nothing with it, I'm going to send you that invoice.
It's the same old thing.
All the time. I'm going to go ahead and send you that invoice, and you can go ahead and pay me, and we can talk for the 60 minutes you got me, but that's about it. I'm not a therapist, but I'll coach you in a motherfucking heartbeat. And at this point now, it's become a business. So it's like, there's a lot of restructuring that's also happening with me, a lot of rebranding, revamping.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I like it. I was thinking about that too, the selfish versus selfless. Mm-hmm. Because you can only be selfless after you've been selfish with yourself. Like I've said it before, like I need my shit to run over
all the time
before I give to somebody else, because I have extra to give.
Yeah.
If my shit is like right at the top, I still can't give you anything. Like, you about to deplete the fuck out of me. Like, I am fully aware of how much I can handle of other people's shit.
Yeah.
At this time of my life, it's not much.
No.
Like, I don't have much
Very
run
little.
over because I am still
In the beginning stages of a lot.
Yes.
When you're changing, you start at a beginning stage of growth. So you don't have time. You don't have energy. You don't have a fucking thing to give. And sometimes it can make recovering people pleasers, it'll send you into like this chaotic whirlwind of being like, oh my God.
I didn't show up for this person. I didn't show up for that
the whole
person.
time.
I am still able to show up for people because a little bit of that people pleaser is still there. Not even a little bit. It's a good chunk.
Mm-hmm.
But it's in the way that I want to do it. It's in the way that I am able to do it. I'm no longer showing up for people in the way that they need me to because that does not work for me.
No.
It doesn't work. It doesn't fit in my schedule.
It only benefits them.
And that's not fair because when I come to them asking for help, they're not there to show up for me in the same way that I need them to.
That was also a huge thing. I've been really into my hoodoo practice as well, like really understanding the Book of Psalms. Like, you know, I'm not religious, but my family is very religious, and just being so
2015.
Yeah, you know, being so like stuck in tradition. Sometimes I was like, I have to find a way to utilize this to my spiritual benefit. So I was like, well, I'm not going to use the entire Bible, right? Because the Bible got some shit with it. But the Book of Psalms is a great set of affirmations. It's a great amount of almost like spells.
I was about to say, some people will call them spells.
It is so good. It's so good. So I started looking at, like, my family uses Psalm 27, Psalms 23, which is one that I think a lot of people know, Psalm 91, Psalm 120. I wanted to start from the front of Psalms and like work all the way through, but there's so many where I had to start looking at like ones that I feel like I need to apply to my life. Abundance, community, boundaries, non-negotiables.
They have Pinterest.
Yeah, that's where I found it. That's where I found a lot of them where I was like, you know, Psalms on abundance. I would Google them, and of course Pinterest is popping up right at the top. So then I was finding like these small challenges to do. I was doing like little journal prompts and things. And I think that is something I want to tie into like coaching as I start coaching. For people who do have a religious background and maybe they have denounced religion, but there's still a little bit of that in there where I can help them to incorporate things without feeling so gung-ho on being in a fixed religion. Because I feel like denouncing religion is a huge thing for a lot of Black women right now. Specifically, I'm also seeing a lot of women hop back into their Christianity, but I think that there's a like a miscommunication between the two. Specifically for myself that I'm trying to still debunk, because I know God is at the forefront of my life, but God don't look like the God that they keep trying to preach to me.
I feel like there's a lot of willful misunderstanding
on purpose.
People are misunderstanding others on purpose because it's not exactly the way that they are doing it, and there is no right or wrong way to do half of this shit. How are you gonna sit up here and be like you're doing that wrong when you just got here like me?
Especially when the Bible is up for interpretation. And we talked about this before. There's a verse in the Bible that can contradict whatever that person is trying to preach to me, right? And above all else, the Bible is about not judging people, not casting judgment. In the same breath, casting judgment, doing things based on the judgment of others. So I don't take the Bible as serious as other people. I take the Book of Psalms serious. I take that very serious. But the Bible, like Christianity, I can't take you serious. There's a bunch of hypocrites. Like I'm just not doing it. So there's also been a lot of soul searching within just like my spirituality in general in this space, because as I get older, I'm taking my 30s very serious. I didn't take my 20s as serious as I wanted to, as far as like self-discipline and things are concerned. So spiritually, it's allowing me to position myself as far as my self-discipline, my self-worth, my self-autonomy, because that is my core foundation. Like that is my basis. So I don't want to get so wrapped up in living life that I forget to have a spiritual practice. And I found myself doing that in doing schoolwork and helping other people. It was becoming too human. And I don't mind it. I don't mind that. But when I find myself not meditating, when I find myself not journaling, not going to sit in the grass, not going for walks, I feel so detached from myself that it was like, Christian, got to get back into a practice.
And I honestly feel like that's usually how it is with like your 20s. I don't really feel like you're supposed to be serious about anything unless it's for like the greater good of your future. And a lot of the times I feel like in your 20s you really need to be in the moment. so that you can have something to look back on and be like, I really enjoyed that, instead of, damn, I was working my ass off all my 20s, like, and now I'm trying to put some enjoyment in it. No, enjoy your 20s. At the end of it, yes, get a little bit serious.
Yeah.
Because some people have those foundations where it's just like, implement these things as you're a child, so that when you get to certain ages, you already have an understanding of certain things.
I think it was having a child that did it. Like, I think being so young and becoming a mom, I started to take life way more serious because now I have a life that I'm accountable for. And my biggest thing was, right, I love my mom. I love my family in general, but there were a lot of generational curses that I vowed to myself if I ever had a kid. Because kids were not in my point of range at any point in my life. But I decided, like, yo, I'm not gonna raise my kid like that. Like, I don't want to raise my baby like that. So I started that spiritual journey like right after I had him, where it was like, oh, if you're gonna be a better mom, you need to be a better person. And in your 20s, when you don't have anybody, I didn't have a mentor, right? I had my mama, got my aunts, and all them. And although I loved them, I didn't see them as people. I had them on pillars. So when they fucked up, when they made mistakes, when they did things, I was like, well, who the fuck are you to help me when whole time, this they first time too. So it was a lot. And now in my 30s that I've come to that conclusion, this is the point where it's like, all right, well, 23-year-old Christian didn't have the opportunity to do that. So you're going to do that now. You're going to have your fun. You're going to do the things. Because I was always trying to build businesses and shit back then. I was trying to do all that. Misguided, unorganized, and I got a kid. So now I'm putting, other shit at the forefront. And now all that shit has either been not necessarily healed, but cured, right? Enough for me to not have to necessarily deal with it. And I can kind of just push that shit to the side and just enjoy this part of my life. But I have to represent for young me because young me didn't have a voice. Young me didn't have the opportunity. So my 30s is really about
allowing space for that younger you.
Yeah, and it's not even because we were talking when we were just at the meeting. It's not about going out and partying. No. It's the travel. It's the making those experiences, having a strong foundation, holding my support system accountable for supporting me, like all those different things. Because in my 20s, when people just couldn't show up for me, it was just animosity, right? Like, all right, we can fuck you. When now it's like, all right, before you say fuck you, what do they have going on? How much did you ask for them to take on from you? And do they have the capacity? Do they have the learning style? Do they have the ability, the capability? Are they responsible enough to do these things? And it's like, if they not, you got to realize, like, bro, you're not cut out for that. I think this right now is just growth.
Yes.
And I don't know what that look like. I truly don't. And my 30s is me becoming okay with that. Like, my 30s is me being like, not only do you not have it all together, you're not supposed to have it all together. Find your chaos that you're cool with, right? And then learn how to use that as your strength. And that's really what it's been.
And a lot of the time, I kind of look back and I'm just like, damn, I really wish that I would have learned that sooner. Like, that it's okay to not have it all figured out so young. Like, I still have so much time. Like, if I'm looking at how old my mom is, I'm like, well, damn, I got time.
Yeah.
But it's just like, sometimes it's like, no, you have to hurry up, because a lot of the times, and I'm not going to lie to myself, a lot of the times I do compare myself to what other people are doing at my age. Me and fucking Megan Thee Stallion are the same fucking age. And I'm just like, but that's not the life that I want to live either. And she also had parents that helped her before they passed away.
She also lost a parent. She also lost her grandmom. She lost damn near her entire support system. Like, the people that meant the most to her.
And in a sense, I've kind of lost people too.
Yeah.
But the lifestyle that she has and the lifestyle that I want for myself are not the same thing.
And your healing journeys are two different things. Like, we don't know how she coped. And she's been through a lot of shit.
She's been through a lot of fucking shit. And who's to say that I would be able to deal with any of the shit that I probably would off myself. I'm not even gonna lie. If I gotta go to fucking court because somebody fucking
shot me in the foot, and then I gotta defend myself against the public,
I'm not even gonna make it because I'm gone.
I'm literally gonna crash out. I'm
gone. Yeah. I'm with the Lord now.
Yeah.
So it's like me comparing myself at such a younger age and stuff, but I'm realizing, like, you have time. I'm on the right path. I'm figuring out what the fuck I want to do, regardless of the mental disabilities that I have.
Yeah.
Even though having ADHD is not...
It's a superpower.
It's really a superpower. Like, I can do all things.
You really can.
I can truly
You
do
really
all
can.
things. But I'm also learning how to put these things into categories.
Yeah.
Like, allow space for me to do this task, complete it,
Mm-hmm.
and see, do I want to keep doing that? Okay. I'll come back to that later now that it's finished. I can do something else with that later. Let me go to this next thing that I thought about.
Because you're also at an age where, I mean, granted, it's not that far from 30, but even 30 is such a young age. Like, I think we put a lot of society's responsibility on us, right? So society is technically supposed to be taking care of a lot of the things that they've made us responsible for. So when you think about that, that you literally have to sign up for shit that should just be given to you, it creates a whole new level of accountability and self-discipline that you were not founded in, right? Because your parents do a lot of this, and then instead of teaching you, it's just kind of like, and then you have to do all that. You have to find insurance for yourself. You got to find a job. You have to do all these things. When nobody taught you how to, develop a resume. Nobody taught, like, because your parents were just kind of like on a whim, you know. So I look at
this shit out too,
and they still are, So a lot of the time, what I look at as far as specifically with you, when I see you either in comparison, or I find that you're finding yourself almost going down a rabbit hole of progression. Like, I should be further along. It's always just kind of like, but you are further along. Right. Like, based on where you were this time, even last month, you are further along. You are way further.
Jumped so many spaces, and it's like, it's not even like I'm backtracking. Like,
no.
I've went 10 spaces every 3 months, to be honest. I'm well ahead from where, like, maybe 3 years ago, when I was just like, damn, I should have been done that. It's just like, well, you're doing the shit now.
When I first met you, what you had plans for, and we're kind of like at a standstill about, like, there's traction in it, there's action here. So I think that a lot of the time with you, I don't think that you sit in reflection long enough. I think that you sit in judgment. And I think that you have to stop putting yourself on trial because you've done nothing wrong. And what you are trying to do in life, you're actually doing a great job. And that the shit's not going to happen overnight. It's not. No. Like, none of the shit that you're trying to do is even an overnight success type of thing.
I'm truly over that thought.
Yeah. So it's just, I think it's with you, with both of us, it's a lot of patience and grace that we lack. We're very, what is the word? We're very impatient. And we're very, like, just result driven. So when the results are not how, like, pungent is really, like, how it's as strong as we want it, we look at it like, okay, well, what am I missing? What am I doing wrong? When it's like, it just wasn't supposed to hit that hard. Like,
and a part of me is honestly going to blame social media.
For sure. Oh, that's a huge fucking part.
I was listening to Jasmine Garden, and she was talking about how, like, we were never supposed to see how all of these people's lives are playing out. We were never supposed to have so many people's fucking opinions in our lives.
Not at all.
And I think that's my issue. I'm seeing too much shit. But the issue with seeing so many people's lives is that I haven't seen the progression. Niggas just be popping up out of nowhere with success. And I'm just like, I have to get used to that, just being, I am seeing the highlight of somebody's life. I do not get all the background, the BTS. And
this is what helps. Start being a hater. I lie to you not. This is what helps. When you're on social media, start zooming in on photos and looking at the imperfections. I lie to you not. This is what saved me on social media. Because in my mind, I started doing the same shit. I was like, oh my God, like, how the fuck are they doing this? And then I started doing shit like looking at their analytics, right? What I could get my hands on, what I could see.
And I've done that before too. I'm like, how many followers do you have supposed to how many likes you're getting on
comments?
This?
My absolute,
you know my 2,000 likes and you have 150K followers. I don't.
You gotta. This is my favorite. Scroll all the way back to 2019, specifically 2019,
and they still have it up.
And then look at their 2020. And then look at their 2022. Don't look at 2021. Look at 2022. Because in that 2021, that's when them fucking PPP loans and shit started coming out. 2020, 2021. And they started structuring all that they needed to do in order to get where they wanted to be. And their last 2 years have been very fruitful. And they've done all these things.
Because you had assistance.
Not only did you lied to get the assistance. Because the only people that I truly respect, right, are the ones where I've seen the progression. What's the lady name? Jessica Dupart, who owns Kaleidoscope Hair. Her, Debray, Mia Ray, Chris Cavallari. I'm watching these women. I remember seeing them in 2019, 2020, marketing their ass off. Yes. When Jessica Dupart was doing the Edge Police and she was walking around in those uniforms, she has seen genuine progression over this time. Even Megan Thee Stallion, when her career first came out, the City Girls, all of these different things. And they have had true results and they have shown their process this entire time. Mm-hmm. You've witnessed them go from the fucking business casual club attire, you know, like having their marketing strategies weren't super strong. It was just very strong in social media content. You watch these people grow versus the parlez-vous français. These bitches who come out here, they got the ebooks now, they got the digital products, they got all of this because they bought the followers, they bought these things, they're lying about the amount of money they're making, they perpetrating, they're walking in the airport, they're taking their photos, they're doing their things, they're making their reels, and then they're leaving and they're going back home. So be a hater. Be a fucking hater. Because what it will do is it will humble the experience that you're having and it will make you realize that all this shit is not real. Like, you know that none of this shit is real, but sometimes you need hard evidence. Girl, start zooming in on photos, become a hater. I promise it'll save your fucking life.
The one lady, the one that's like, the one that talks about how she doesn't really care for being a mom all the time, the light-skinned lady.
You can't?
No. The other one. The one that, shit, I'm forgetting her name. Her name is Jessica too. The one, she be rapping and shit too.
Oh, Jessica Rose.
Yes. Mm-hmm. When she was on, she had Kev on stage on her podcast, like in the very beginning, which I was like, how the fuck? But she's been doing this for a while,
a very long time,
and she was just like, no, yeah, she basically does that same thing. She was just like, no, because I need to understand that you're a fucking real person when I get.
We have the same birthday. When I tell you,
that's crazy.
Her, Chris Cavallari, and myself, I see a lot of myself in those two women, as far as like just being a Leo woman and like that zodiac, but also in the way that they talk and the way that they speak. I feel the same way. Find you some Libras. I like to find you some Libra with the same birthday or close to the same birthday, and you'll start to see like the way that you might be having to structure your content. Like, but find some people who are successful in what they're doing and literally take it, mimic it, and put your own special sauce on it, and you got it.
The first person that popped up in my head, even though we don't have the same birthday, is Doja Cat. And I'm like, a part of me hated the fact that she just popped in my head, because I'm just like, the way she be talking to people, I'm just like, but she still has fans, regardless if she's just like, I don't fucking know you. Like, why do y'all? But it's just like, people be eating that shit up. Like, oh my God, yeah. And I'm like, I'm not mean, but I'm like, what the fuck do you get out of?
I'm never going to come on the internet and portray myself as somebody that I'm not. And I don't mean like the highlight reel. I mean, literally, if I don't like you, I don't like you. If I don't appreciate the attention that I'm receiving, I'm going to make a post to say like, listen, y'all got to chill. Same way with the fat comments and stuff that we were getting, the same way that we address it is the same way it will continue to be addressed, because I'm human. You're not going to go toe to toe with me and think that you won't win, because I like to argue. I love to debate. I love to go back and forth. It is my second nature. I'm not going to change that about myself, and I'm going to get on the internet and be the same me. Now, will you get a little bit more of the highlight reel? Yeah, because that's what brings the people in. You see what I'm saying? But if you think that I'm going to stop crying on the internet, as far as like when when I'm feeling my feels, or stop showing y'all me in the grass, stop showing me smoking, you're crazy. If you think that I'm going to deter from that, you're insane. That's who I am. And I feel like specifically because you're on a social media journey, right, of advertising or using it as a marketing strategy. You know I hate social media. I hate it. It's not my...
The fact that you said that the other day, I was just like, I've never heard you say that until that day.
I'm
the one that always says, I fucking hate this shit.
I hate social media because I hate what it does to people.
Yes.
But I realize how to utilize it as a tool. I don't take social media serious. I realize that everything is a commercial and that nobody is fucking serious. Somebody could be dead ass serious. I'm talking about boohoo crying, have lost their fucking mama, whatever. I take none of this serious. When them people be posting on Twitter, I'm cancer free, I got my PhD, I don't believe none of that shit, because why is it happening so often? Why is it feel like every other fucking day somebody's cancer, and I love it for them. But how much of that shit is real? So I'm going to be skeptical about it all. I'm going to be a hater about it all until you can prove me different. Until I can see the progression in what it is that you're doing, I will be a fucking hater. Now, not a hater to the point where I'm like, oh, you little business, oh, you little this, oh, you little that. But it allows me to realize that social media ain't fucking real. I got it in order for it to sit, because it's at this point now, it's pivotal in business. You need it. If you don't have social media marketing, you damn near don't have a fucking business. So I had to do what I needed to do in order to save me. I became a hater. What you gonna do? You gonna tell me not to? I scrolled in and saw that your hip is dipped in like that. That's not even your real body. You edited that. Why are you selling slim teas? That's not even your real body. Don't do that.
That's one of the things that I hate. I feel like, you got a fucking mommy makeover.
Yeah. Your nose is different, everything. Don't tell me that you cured your nasal passage being broken. You can't do that, bitch, without surgery. Stop lying to me.
that was just like somebody else. There was this page that I was following, and I was like, but her stuff is so fucking good. She said something. I don't 100% remember, but she was just like, I just feel like you shouldn't be doing this, that, and the third. And I was just like, why the fuck are you so fucking judgmental? Like, do what the fuck you came to do on Instagram, which is not that, because I don't know where the fuck that came from.
It's a superiority
complex.
complex.
Like, you know better than anybody else. Like,
once you start getting recognition, and we both witnessed it, once you start getting recognition on social media, it changes people. It changes people for the worse. And I honestly believe that that's why I hate social media. I hate what it does to people.
I feel like I'm gonna be me regardless.
And
like the spicy side of me does not come out often.
Yeah.
But it is a part of me.
Yeah.
Cause it started to come out at work now. Yeah. And I'm just like, oh shit, like I'm getting real.
That's what
but
you
I'm
are.
just like, but
there's
I'm
no
here
need,
most of the time. Like
there's no need to censor yourself if you're not creating victims.
True.
I have done nothing wrong by cussing you the fuck out. You played with me, you got cussed the fuck out. That's called cause and effect. That's the consequence of your actions. And the consequence of mine. That's your response to me. If I cuss you the fuck out and you threaten to put your hands, because you're not going to put your hands on me, but you threaten to put your hands on me, and even if we start to tussle, after I beat your ass, that no animosity to nothing, because that's who I am as a person. I love you, but fuck you. No matter what, like, that's who I am as a person. So people be trying, and it's surprising to me. I just want to kind of, like, hold back and embrace it. Embrace that shit. And be the nice, nasty motherfucker that you are. Because to be honest with you, that's how you develop community. That's how you know who really around you because they fuck with you. And who's really around because they're afraid or because they want to leg in or because they like what. You have to be your authentic self in all realms to know really who fuck with you and who don't.
Because I knew that part of me was coming out a little bit when this school year started, and one of the admin came up to me and started talking to me, and I was just like, I honestly liked it better last year when you weren't talking to me this much. This is really awkward now. And he just looked at me, and I was just like, I'm like really serious. Like, this is gonna take some getting used to, because last year you wasn't talking to me. Now we friends now. Like, that's kind of weird.
And that's great that over the summertime you told yourself that your goal was, I'm going to go to school next year and I'm going to be more sociable.
But I'm letting you know.
And you found the right motherfucker who told you that that's a great goal, but not for this relationship here.
But we are associates.
We're cordial.
Like, I'm not going to call him my friend or nothing. No. But, like, we cool. Like, we can, I talk to him. He brought me some food.
If I'm filling up my water bottle at the thing and you see me standing there, you can talk to me for the duration of this fill up. Once you see that I put the cat back on, say it was good talking to you and we will go fuck on somewhere.
We talk about our weekends.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Sometimes it's more than that. But it's just like,
I don't like a small talk.
Only because my friend is close to them. So I'm just like, I mean, when we're in,
we in this,
we won't be cooling. But like, I'm never gonna like pull you into my office and have a deep conversation.
Oh,
like,
no.
One, you're a man. It's kind of weird. Like at work, I
I
don't
wish.
deal with being in close proximity to men behind closed doors as well. Maybe it's a little trauma.
Yes.
It is a little trauma. But at the same time, what do I really have to talk to you about? Because you're an admin and I'm just technology support. I
really wish that women could have more, like, when I say intimate, I mean as in closeness.
Yeah, platonic.
Friends. Because men are great. They really great. When they're great. When they're not great, they're not great.
I have none.
None!
I used to.
Me too.
But I don't claim him anymore because it's just like, why do I have to like reach out to you all the time?
My best male friend.
Because when I see you now, I want to punch you.
He's done his best to reach out to me. And it was just at a time where he was going through a lot and I could not show up for my friend. Like I didn't have it. But when he needs me, like, and not even just like he always calling me for favors. Sometimes he just really needs like to make sense of something, or maybe he has something exciting that he wants to share. We don't talk often, but that. I wish to fuck somebody. Now, granted, he good. True. He an MMA fighter. He'll kick a bone out your motherfucking neck if he want to, but he shouldn't have to. Because let me come kick the bone out your neck, bitch. Because what did you say to my friend? I definitely call friend, because that's what you call me, friend. I just want to say friend. That I'm having a situation with this young lady. No problem, friend. Give me the address. I'll go punch that bitch in here for you. Same way. If I was going through something, I'll call my... And I pray to God, because it's going to take about 15, 20 minutes to get here. You best leave before he get, because he's going to fuck you up. Like, I know that I got some strong-ass men behind me, but that's the last one I call. I'm not calling because he Aquarius, he got a short fucking fuse, and he's not right in the head. He's not right in the head. That man ain't right.
I probably could call that one up, but like, I don't. Because I'm just like, you be dealing with shit. And now you live in Virginia, and why did you just tell me? I'm about to come out there and punch you and then take a nap on your couch. Like, it never happened.
And BJ's married, like, and I'm close to him and his wife, so I don't really. BJ's family to me. I mean, my best friend is family to me too, but I've categorized him in a space of like my best friend, where BJ is all honestly like if he needed blood and I was a match, a kidney, like that's I would do the same thing for my best friend, but he's not gonna ask no shit of that from me. BJ wouldn't ask a shit either, but if somebody called me and told me that something happened to BJ, I'm flying to Michigan to make sure that my brother is good. Like that's it. It's scary how close I love BJ. Like it feels like we came from the same parent. Like it's weird, and because you meet these strangers online and you don't know that this is how divinely connected you are to people. Those are two men in my life, Trail and BJ. I don't fucking play. Like you touch one of mine, I'll fuck you up.
That's how it was with one of my other friends, but I think he's in a relationship now, so I ain't talking to him now.
Trail's also in a relationship, and he dates outside of his race. And that's a huge thing for me.
Sometimes you gotta go where you.
But it's only because he's had trauma in his past that I hadn't let go of. He's worked on it. I'm still holding a grudge against past experiences where I'm apprehensive of any woman in his life. And it ain't got shit to do with our relationship. I ain't never wanted that man a day in my life. That nigga is that nigga. But the situations that he's gone in and he's been in when it comes to white women, it has been like, even now with him being engaged, I think it's great, and I love that he's happy. But she better not fuck with my friend. Like,
no, I feel that.
You know, I got trauma that I ain't dealt with behind him.
Social media will make you have trauma in that respect too.
Yeah.
I've seen within these couple of years a good handful of black men that have had white wives or stuff like that. Like one man got like. The wife called the police on this man, and he got kicked out of his own house. Yeah. And the wife didn't want the kids to come in either. These are not her kids. These are her stepkids, but they were trying to come in the house, and she's like, I don't want you here. And the police are just taking up for her. One man, he literally is missing. Like, they found his body in the fucking river, and the wife is wanting to hurry up and get him cremated so that they can't get an autopsy. And the brother is like, hell no. It's like it's not every situation. I'm very aware of this, but that's too many coincidences. It feels like a very large chunk. That's too many coincidences for me, and I get it. Like, you're going to where you feel loved, because I would tell a black woman too. I don't feel any type of way about black women or black men that date outside of their race. Go where you are loved, but don't bash me because I'm not doing that.
I have to grow. I have to I'm very jaded in that regard, because
there was a time, but I'm like, I'm not in a relationship, and if something happens to you, that's on you.
And that's how I feel. I feel like for me, that is me
I'm
still
not
having that
upon you or anything. I'm just like,
and that's my problem, because I still have that. There's always, no matter when I see it, I have a very, very large fear of God, even if it's a black woman and a white man and a black woman, God, please don't hurt this man. God, please don't hurt this woman. Please don't let anything happen between them. Like, even on the white person's side, like, God, I don't want the brothers to come and fuck them up and kill them. Like, I don't want nothing to happen where racially it causes any type of tension or turmoil towards these relationships. And it's an anxiety, and it has nothing to do with me. It's a societal anxiety, because I've watched what happens when a white woman calls the niggas bluff. Like, when she called the cops, these people have been killed.
People are scary.
But white women have gone missing, and it'd be their black boyfriend and shit like that. So it's on both sides for me. But
that can happen in white on white relationships, black on black relationships. But if niggas be killing their baby mothers and stuff, and I'm just like, I don't like it. That's the jaded side
of me, because in my mind, it's fucked up. But when it happens and it's interracial, it's super fucked up.
Because now everybody knows about it a little.
Now it's racially charged. I don't like when things are racially charged. I don't like it. I want everybody to just, because I fuck with everybody, you feel me? But it's, when I feel it, I don't never be wrong about it. I be like, something ain't right, and then it don't be right. That's true. It be my ancestors, you're right. They not over the slavery shit. I get it. But you ain't got to speak through me. You feel me? I'm not over it either. But I'm a little further removed from it than y'all. Tis all. You know.
Tis
all. Do we have topics? I know we didn't even bother to talk about a sequel, nothing.
We can talk about that on the next one.
Yeah.
I guess I can just get to what I put.
Yeah.
I don't like it when people apologize.
Yeah, for what? What?
Because if you apologize for something that you did with a conscious mind, you meant what the fuck you did. Or you meant what you said. Whether it was out of anger or anything like that. I don't like it. Now, if there's like a misunderstanding and you're just like, I truly apologize, let's help each other understand this situation a little bit better. Yes. But when there's an action being done and you're just like, I'm sorry that I did that, it's just like, but you knew what you were doing.
So what happens so what would you prefer happen? You just don't talk about it? What do you do? Like if somebody does something with a conscious decision, like I'm gonna fuck up and I know that it might affect this person, but I'm gonna do it anyway. How do you come back from that with that person if you choose to come back from that?
In all honesty, because I want to a fault, I want to understand why you did what you did. Give me that. Like, why did you do that? Oh,
you're a closure person.
Not so much. It's just like, where was your mind at when you did this consciously? Like, I don't really understand. Like, because if you did something against me, and of course it's gonna hurt my feelings, it's like I am looking. Yes, I do like closure because I'm looking at myself like, what the fuck did I do for you to do that towards me? And then you exactly. So then you explain, it wasn't me. You're the fucked up person.
That's the people pleaser. Because what it does is it makes you feel like you have to hold some type of responsibility in the situation.
Yes.
You weren't even considered.
But
so
then
it doesn't matter.
Once I let go of that responsibility, I'm good. I'm just like, oh, you're just a fucked up person, which I thought anyway. But now that I have clarity on that, I can let this
I guess
go.
I would have to know like what the fucked up thing is because I have certain levels of like fucked up. Like some things are fucked up and some things are fucked up. If it's fucked up, we can't come back from that. But if you fucked up, you can apologize. We can work past this. Because sometimes I do realize, like I've said this before, cheating is not as big to me as it used to be because I understand that there's so much pussy out here. I might want some of it too. You see what I'm saying? So like maybe you were thinking about me in that moment. I haven't been through that in like recent time, like in this moment, but I've had niggas cheat. All right, bro. Just don't be mad at me when I go out here and get some dick or I go fuck somebody else.
And that's the other side because I have no intentions on doing that usually. So it's just
no, it's not to get my lick back.
And that's where I go because I'm like, I never had any intentions on doing that, but now I feel like I gotta get my one. But then it's just like you're gonna be pissed the fuck off because if I cheat on you,
in those areas of my life, like cheating, things that are like things that we can't come back from is where if you steal from me, like steal money from me, or like if you do shit like that. Any type of spiritual attack upon me, hexes, weird shit like that, cursing my life or, cursing situations, we can't come back from it. But like, if you, I don't know, eat my leftovers, if
I don't care about that.
Even if you casually have sex with somebody else, if you spill a drink on me, if you, like, certain things.
Don't apologize for stuff like that. Like, I mean, yes, if you, like, I'm so sorry. Okay, cool. Like, you spilled a drink. Because I feel like maybe you're a little clumsy. I'm clumsy too. I spill shit over.
Maybe you was fucked up. Maybe you were so fucking inebriated.
That's what I'm saying. But it's conscious. Like you literally was like
you were consciously getting fucked up to the point where you could have spilled a drink. Like it.
I don't know. I forget what type of headspace I was in when I wrote that. But there are some times when people apologize, and it might be like something so silly, and I'm just like, are you okay? Like, why do you feel like you have to apologize so much?
Yeah, I don't
that
ever
type of stuff. Is like. You don't have to apologize for that.
At 24 years old, I decided that I never need closure ever again. Don't explain to me why you did shit because I go down rabbit holes. I start to spiral. So the minute you do something fucked up to me and I start asking you what was your thought process, now I'm trying to counteract your process. Why didn't you do this instead? Because you didn't want to. That's what it all boils down to. You didn't choose me. Like, not even in choosing me. You didn't choose what was beneficial to the both of us. You didn't consider me. You can apologize for all of that. That's fine. But the real apology is in you not doing that shit again. The real apology is a change in your behavior. Some shit. Apologize for everything. I love an apology. Come to me. I want you on your knees. I want you begging to me. I want you to tell me, oh my God, fucked up. I want it.
That's also where I'm a little fucked up as a person because I do want you to, like, maybe that's the issue. Because when people have apologized to me, it's just like oh, I'm sorry. No, bitch. You need to show me that you're actually apologetic about what you did. Like, don't just sit up here and be like, I'm sorry that I did this.
And do it again.
Bop, bop, bop.
That's because I think that's probably how you feel.
Yes.
Don't apologize and don't fix it. You can apologize to me all day long. I'm gonna ignore the shit out of you until I see changed behavior. Don't think that you're gonna say, "Oh, I apologize," and I'm like, "No, it's okay," and we go right back to being normal.
The conversation, I don't even say it's okay anymore. I don't accept apologies, to be honest.
The conversation that I have with people almost sounds like a mother and a child because it goes, "Oh, I'm about, whatever." Okay, great. So this is what we're going. No, you can do it again if you want to, but this is how our relationship stands going forward because now the ball's in my court. True. So now, I told you something's wrong with me in my head. I don't go for revenge.
No, I
go immediately to now what you're gonna do for me, and it's not even like you're gonna give me money. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. What you're gonna do is now I need to see that the behavior is gonna change. Well, what does that look like? I don't know. But what I know is the shit that you pulled is something you can't do again. That's not gonna work. Okay, well, how do I fix this? By not doing that again. Okay, well then how do I get back in your good graces? Time. That's it. Time. Well, what do I buy you gifts? Blah blah blah. You know me well enough that I should not have to explain this to you. So I'm not having this conversation of closure. I don't want to know why you did it. I don't want to know what your thought process was because it's done. I can't go back in time and fix it. And I honestly can't tell you what to do. Because if I tell you what to do and then you go do what the fuck you want to do again, now I'm really going to put my fucking hands on you. So no. Apologize. Give me my time. Give me my space. And fix your shit. And when I see growth in you, then maybe we can start kicking it again. Maybe we can hang out a little bit more. Maybe we can go out. But don't ask me to go no fucking where. Don't ask for at least 3 months. Because I still want to kind of put my hands on you. Give me 90 days.
And I do completely understand everything that you just said. But there's just something about even in those 3 months, because now it's just you know how when women are done with somebody, they're just like, now I'm going to just fix my whole fucking life and you're just going to regret everything that I'm fucking doing because I'm a better person. It's just something in there where I'm just like, don't apologize to me because I feel like you're going to do it again. I got trust issues. I have trust issues. I feel like you're going to do it again.
I have no faith in people.
And after the 3 months, if you still truly are still on your same shit, not doing what you did before, but you still on your same shit.
Yeah.
By the time that you decide to start fixing this shit, I don't give a fuck.
See, so that's the thing.
I don't care. So why the fuck did you apologize?
Because
that's my issue.
I'm not keeping tabs in the midst of everything in the meantime.
I'm not keeping tabs, but I look up and I'm just like, you still... Okay.
I don't look up. That's my problem. You know me. I still RIP. The minute you fuck up and we have a conversation, you're dead to me. The only way that you can literally revitalize this relationship is by doing something that makes me see you again. After you fuck up with me, for you, they can't do anything.
And I'm not saying I'm perfect and I've never done anything. It's just again, the clarity. Why the fuck would you do that? Because I'm trying to understand. If I did something to you like that, it would hurt you.
You have too much empathy. You have a lot of empathy, friend. People not empathetic like you. People not built like you. You are one of a kind. Truly. Truly. Because your heart is so big that you literally just said that in order for you to get back into my good grace or for you to do anything, there would have to be a change in that person. But at the same time, you don't see that person, but you're still awaiting change. I'm not awaiting change. Fuck you. Fuck you. You did what you did. You're moving on with your life. I don't see you. You would literally have to do something monumental. You have to come to me with something, invite me to something, and it has to be grandiose. I'm talking about for me to even consider it. For you, there's already consideration in the conversation because you want to know what happened. I don't give a fuck about what happened. You did it.
It's the childhood trauma.
You did it. And you're going to not only did you do it, I have no faith that you won't do it again. So why would I sit here and have a conversation with you when I already don't have any faith in you?
That's where I'm at. It'd be like, you won't do it again. So why even apologize? That's where I don't want to apologize. I feel as though you're going to do it again, so why even say anything?
But then that's not fair to that person because then you're not giving them the ability to right their wrong, especially if, and I think this is contingent, right? There's so many different variables to this because do you want a relationship with this person after that? Do you want a friendship? Do you want to be platonic? Do you want to work past your professional quarrels if it was something professional? I think that what would have to happen is, I think what you consider is how much do I mean to this person?
Yes.
I don't give a fuck. Why the fuck? I mean the world fuck about you? You gonna fuck around and do what? What you gonna do? Buy me some flowers? Buy me some, what? Change the behavior? No, you're not. You're not. I have no faith in that. So I'm not even gonna bother to have a conversation about it. I apologize. Great. Okay, what do we do from here? You're gonna go do your thing. I'm gonna go home. What? Oh, I'm gonna call you. Okay. You gonna answer? Maybe. I'm also, that's the jaded part of me. I like leaving people on their toes. I don't want to talk to you about it. I kind of scared a little bit. I may never talk to this woman ever again. That doesn't make me feel good because she's a great person. Right. But you fucked up. So your punishment, you don't get to still have access to me in any regard. In any regard. You don't get to do a fuck ton thing around me because you have broken the bond. You've broken the thing with us. So don't sit here and explain a fucking thing to me. I apologize, I fucked up. You're right. Most conversations with me, when you fuck up, take 5 minutes. I'm my great grandfather's granddaughter. How you doing? You say what you gotta say? All right, let's get off the phone. Don't ask me out for drinks. I think we should talk about this over drinks. We shouldn't. I just want to come over. I feel like, we need to talk about this face to face. FaceTime. That's face to face. No, I need to be in your energy. No, the fuck you don't. Not right now. You don't want this energy. I don't give people the opportunity because if you did that to me and now you coming into my space, you bringing that with you in here. And now I got to cleanse the space and I got to cleanse me. You don't get access to none of that. You don't. I don't want to know why you did what you did because that doesn't change what you did. And now here I am sitting with because I've done it before. I'm sitting here trying to figure out what did I do wrong or what was the catalyst to you doing what you did. It doesn't matter. Because every time that I did something, I did it in the best interest of you and I. I considered the both of us. And in what you did not consider me. That's your fault. Life goes on, buddy. And now you don't get the benefit from any of this shit.
And that's what I think I'm getting to. Mm-hmm. I'm getting to that part. But it's just, there's just been times like, not even just in relationships, but like in friendships and shit where people have like apologized for stuff. And I'm just like, I'm spiraling because I'm just like, you don't mean that shit. Like, this probably like the second time you done did that. Why say anything? Maybe it's that. Maybe it's like the second time you... Now I want to punch you in your fucking face. Like, now I want to get active with you.
But now I want to put the onus back on you because at what point did you see that their behaviors weren't changing and you still allow shit to go the way that it was going?
Yeah, and that's my problem.
If people keep fucking up in their life, they bound to fuck you over. If they have no respect for themselves, they have no respect for anybody. You can't tell. I don't give a fuck. Argue with your mama. Don't argue with me. If you do not respect yourself, you do not respect anybody else around you because you don't know respect. You don't. You might know what respect means, but you don't comprehend it well. Until you have a full comprehension of what it means to have self-respect, you cannot fully respect anybody with the level of integrity to have meaningful relationships when you have not checked yourself on how you treat you. So when people start spiraling about their emotions, when people do them dirty and things of that nature, it's because they start spiraling when they do themselves dirty. They start spiraling when things happen. Why did I do this to myself? You can't beat yourself. People fuck up. Now, whether or not I choose to have anything to do with you after you fuck up, ball's now in my court, buddy. And I'm going to travel with this bitch as long as I'm going to hold that ball. I'm going to run from that side of the court to this side of the court and back and forth. And you just got to watch me run my drills. And hopefully you have a spot on this team later on down the line. But if you don't, it's your fucking fault. And that's your consequence. The minute that you fucked up, you put the control back in my court. And I love control. So we're going to keep rocking with what Christian said, what Christian do, because you felt the need to come apologize to me. You felt so humbled in your experience that you came to me for forgiveness. I'm now God in this situation. I get to play that role. And God is very vengeful, very vengeful. So if I decide to get my lick back, that's my business. But if you decide to be hurt by that, that's your business. But to not have a relationship with me at all, let's see where this goes. Because what's the need of me getting my lick? Because now I'm fucked up. You feel me? Now I'm doing it for the wrong reason. I'm just doing it to get back at you. I ain't even want to fuck that man. I ain't even want to argue with that bitch. I ain't even want to ask for my money back. Because to be honest with you, $20 wasn't that big. It was the way that you treated the situation that's got me fucked up. But at the end of the day, I had to learn that some people just don't have it in them. So I'm not going to hold that against you. What I do is I love you, but fuck you. Don't speak to me again. Or don't speak to me. Give me 90 days. Give me time. Let me. If I feel the need to talk to you again, I'll call you. But what if you never call me? Then I never want to speak to you again. You out of all people, fuck everybody else. You out of all people, you don't deserve meaningless apologies. You don't. With as much as you do for people, I'd be damned. I wish a motherfucker would I need to go apologize to her. Don't do that to my friend. Don't. What you should do is go die. You should go die. You mean kill yourself? No, the girls know, that's it. But in this form of what y'all got going on, she should never see you ever again. You go disappear into the abyss and leave you be because you don't deserve it. Your heart's too big for you to take that kind of shit on. Your heart's too big to take on people fucking up and then you giving them space to fuck up again because you don't give yourself space to fuck up again. So how dare you offer that same grace to people when you don't offer that grace to yourself? So, dead. That's a done button. As of today, I will hold you accountable for that's a done button. If I ever. And girl, she had the nerve to say what? The bitch said what? About what? About who? About doing what, friend? Because she's dead to you now. Let's have a funeral where you're black. Let's do this. I will pull up a picture of that person. You know I'm petty. I'll write it. You know I'm good at obituaries, and we could have a whole service. We could even have a repast, friend. But that's a done button. Ain't nobody meaningless apologies for you. Now that I know that that's your non-negotiable, friend, I be damned. I be damned. Okay? Because I wish a motherfucker would. You know I don't play about you, period. Bring it on.
Thank you.
Apologize to my motherfucking friend meaningless a bitch. I hate you here.
Get you a friend that don't play about you.
Period. I waterboard a bitch for my friend. I don't even know how I do that right. I'm gonna get the towel. I'm gonna get the water.
I was about to say get a towel, put it up.
And I'm up. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. I mean, you're cool. I got you. I know that a lot of it does stem from just like you are where I keep forgetting that you're younger than me. Not by that.
2 years,
but
bro.
2 years is a big gap, and then you're also in a different healing space. I've been through like that bullshit. I don't ever, with as powerful as you are and as strong as you are, and I don't mean that in a strong black woman way. I mean that like literally, like you are. I be damned if I let you spend too much time in a space that I know that you're above. Sometimes we give areas of healing, we give it too much attention when it don't need all that. You don't need to spend too much time in this space of sorry with people because you're not a sorry person. You're not an apologetic individual. You are unapologetic as fuck. So all that, damn mission. You too good for that. Certain shit you above. When people gotta come and apologize to you, you got to come down off of where you are. They got to meet you where you're done, but it ain't even no access to you. The elevator don't even go up to you. They need a card. Do you have a wristband? Can't get in without a wristband. To even come and say sorry. Because they knew what the fuck they was doing when they did it. And some shit, you don't even need to hear it within earshot. What's done is done. I just want to bring this to your attention. You don't. This is not the type of conversation you want to have today, baby. Natasha, we could just sit down and talk. No. I would just like to click. No. Let's clear the air. The air is clear on my end. Crisp. Bitch, I'm on a hike.
Don't say to have some smoke up in it because I'm ready to go smoke some sweet.
You know? So like, bitch, don't. No, not with you. You VIP at this point. They can't even get in your section to even apologize. That's what they do. They apologize, not apologizing. No, you do not have a respect. And I be damned. Now what were you going? What you doing this day? You don't have time. What the fuck you doing? I'll cut you off.
I know you would.
That's my friend.
Be like, so we cosplaying as a dumb bitch again.
I'd be like, oh, okay. So you still trying to get to the root of why people doing the shit that they don't want one whole time and they got shit to do with you. But they hurt my feelings, friend. But they didn't consider you when it happened, friend. So it was bound to hurt your feelings no matter what. But them feelings don't apply to that person because we no longer have feelings, right? Once you fucking with me, I take these feelings. What Jasmine say? Pick up your feelings. Come get these feelings. Come get this box and go and fuck on somewhere. I get that from my mama. That's Sharon. Sharon don't do apology. My mama don't do it. My mama does fixed behavior. My mama does. Mama, step into my office. Scariest shit my mother will ever say to you. Step into my. Do we have a problem? And that's the only time you get to address it. And then you know what she tell you? Have a good day.
My mom don't even let you address it.
Have the day you deserve.
Jesus Christ. You bet not.
Before you even fuck up, you need to think. Before I do this,
she will be beating my. Let me not do that. Yeah.
That's what you gotta start scaring people, friend. You gotta start scaring people. If I lose this woman, what's gonna happen? If she's not my friend no more, oh my God.
I already told you when I get the so you decided to do this crazy thing and now I'm in a space of not understanding nor do I want to understand.
There you go.
I expect you to get the fuck out of my face.
Come on, friend.
Take them bags out of my mind.
Come on.
When I get that voice, people be like,
it's your corporate voice.
yes.
When black women get a corporate voice, consider the situation handled. What's Olivia Pope? Olivia Pope said it's handled. It's done. There we go. Get in your what's her name? Annabelle Keating. Get in there. Annalise Keating. Get in your bed. How to get away with murder. How to get away with getting me fucked up. That's what because you got me fucked up. Oh, take that shit over there.
You can't get away with it.
Because you can. Because I'm on your ass. I'm on your ass like preparation H on a hemorrhoid, bitch. I'm on your asshole. Okay? I'm like prep H on that ass. You hear me? Before you even fuck up the first, I lied to you not. Friend, truly. There are people in my life who said, I thought about it, and then I said to myself, she's going to fuck me up or she's going to cuss me out, so I didn't do it. I love having that over people's lives. You know that's called impact. Your relationship should be impactful. If they're not, get rid of them people. Get rid of them fucking people. Get rid of anybody, and you're in the process of doing that. So I think this is more just so advice for y'all. You need to really sit down, and even if you have to write out every person in your community, it's not about pros and cons. It's about how you benefit and how you reciprocate. If you can't put the benefit to this person in a column, and how you reciprocate to that person and how they reciprocate to you, if you can't do that, that person does not need a spot. It's like an RSVP, like for a wedding. If this person, why am I paying for you to eat and celebrate with me when you have not been a part of my process? Or you've just been causing more really turmoil in a situation. Get the fuck from away from. It's like roach spray. Get the fuck away from me. Go die, bitch. Die in the corner somewhere. Leave me the fuck alone because I have shit that I'm doing. I'm trying to progress and grow. And when people try to apologize and people try to take time away from you, that's time that you could be spending doing something else. Loving yourself. Focusing on that. Because you're probably going to spend another 2 or 3 days angry at the situation. And they've gone on with their life. They're not even crying about it. They ain't bothered. Girl, they scratching their ass and watching cartoons. They don't give a fuck. And when I learned that, that's when I got rid of that shit. That's when I stopped looking for apologies and looking for closure. Because you're not going to have me sitting around 3 fucking days on motherfucking edges, eating ice cream and shit, trying to figure out what I do. Nothing. You was just being beautiful and they was upset about it. So they don't deserve me.
I'm also realizing that, like, again, like you said, I'm empathetic.
Right.
And other people are not like that.
Yeah.
People are not going to
People
show up the way that I show up for them. So it's like I have to take you at.
And they don't have the ability
face value
to reciprocate the way that you want them to, right? Because I hold a lot of people to their potential, and I'm also learning to stop doing that. Because when I look for people to do for me and they can't, the first thing I think about is, well, they have the ability to, but do they have the want? Do they have the access right now to what I need them to have access to? That's usually what I check before I even ask for help. However, I don't know somebody's full situation, so I can only assess it, one, based off of assumption, which you shouldn't do, and fact. And a lot of the time, when I really look back at situations where I was like, yo, I really needed that person, and they weren't there, it's like, Christian, they never even showed you that they could remotely do that for you. They never once that they had the ability to do any of that. You thought that they had, and that's why you're upset. Because not only could they not show up for you, how they didn't even remotely act like they could. They didn't even seem remotely interested in what you had going on. And I be damned. So at this point now, I only ask for assistance from the people who I know that can show up for me.
That's true.
That's why my community is fucking big. It's a strong community, but there is maybe about 6
I only want a handful.
Mm-hmm.
Like these my aces.
Yeah. My ace spoon coach chicken. We better start a cult. Or a gang. Some gotta be.
Remember, we're Muslim women that be gangbanging in different unions.
So we need to really tap into that. Because if we gangbanging and shit, they don't even, we'll take your head off before any of this shit even happen. Before they even can apologize for you to shot their kneecaps out. So you need to start metaphorically shooting niggas' kneecaps out. They start apologizing, just go pew, pew, nigga, what you doing? Nothing. Don't worry about it. Keep talking.
This has been another episode. I hope y'all learned just something.
Yes. Listen, tell your best friend
That you don't play about her.
That too. But tell your best friend watch the pod. You've been watching the pod. You've been listening to the pod. It's a best friend podcast. Your homegirl probably need it. The one who got the baby father who always doing shit, and she really want to heal, but the bitch don't know how. She needs somebody to talk to her like bitch, you fucking up. Why you ain't tell her come listen to this?
Even if she don't have a baby father, the one that keep letting niggas or bitches play with her
Come on.
in her face.
Why?
And you keep looking at her like you are such an amazing individual. Why the fuck do you keep letting these people play with you?
Next wind down night y'all had when she come over and she start drinking and shit.
Put this on the fucking
Put
TV.
this on the TV.
Be like, friend, I got something to show you.
And let it play in the background. We're gonna say something where she gonna go, hold on, girl. Ain't
what they say? Play that back.
Let it happen. Let it happen. Let your homegirl. We keep telling y'all to tune in. Get your bald head ass homegirl to tune in because she needs us. That's what it is. And make sure that you like and subscribe and you follow us
And comment.
and comment and engage because next time I'm gonna come on here and I'm gonna start talking to y'all weird, inappropriately, and you don't want that because this brain is very creative. So do what the fuck I asked you to do first time.
Everybody's so creative.
I love y'all still.
We see y'all.